Yo, what's up guys, it's Turner here, and today we're back with a brand new video. So today we're going to be talking about the Call of Duty Vanguard beta, but before we get into that, we're going to talk about how I did not upload on Monday and the reason for that. So the reason that I did not upload Monday, I was trying to get some gameplay out to you guys. Unfortunately, my Elgato was not capable of recording anything, as when I went back and checked all the audio, and just the picture overall, the quality was really bad. So I did not get any gameplay from the beta, unfortunately. I will have some this week with the PC beta. But yeah, so that is why there was no video on Monday. But anyways, getting into the video. So we got to play the Call of Duty Vanguard beta. So some takeaways. The game is horrible on PS4. I was on a regular PS4. That was not a very fun experience. Although I do think some of the aspects of the games were really good. Um, I did not max out level. I felt kind of not bored, but after a while, it definitely was not as fun. Um, it's just because there's nothing competitive. It's just kind of just playing pubs, and that only is fun for so long. For those of you that play competitive, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But some of the things that I took away from it were that the STG is very good, very versatile as well. Um, we also learned that sniping is awful in Vanguard. At least it was on the PS4. I'm not sure how to be on PC. As far as the other guns go, I think the SMGs, the MP40 is pretty good. The Thompson was kind of how we felt in the alpha. It's not quite there. I don't know if that's just because we didn't have all the attachments. I'm sure when we do have all the attachments, it will be much easier to use. But just the recoil, and it does kill fast, but it's really only viable up close. The MP40s kind of do it all at sometimes, is what we've seen. Um, I do think they'll have more guns when the game release. I hope they have more guns when the game releases, I should say, because it was good, but it wasn't great. The AR seemed a lot more dominant from what I saw. Obviously, STG and Bar were pretty good. The NZ41, I think it was called, I had a chance to use for a little while. That gun is insanely good in terms of like how fast it kills. It does have a little bit of kick to it, so I can see that being a flex gun probably. But yeah, no, the ARs are much better than the subs. Um, I only found the MP40 usable. The stem was pretty fun. I was moving around the map pretty fast, so I liked it. But you can't play competitive with that. Maybe there'll be a smaller map. But yeah, so that kind of leads into our next thing. Uh, the maps in the game. So, we did have 3 maps. We had Hotel Royale, which in my opinion was probably the most fun map, just because it's smaller. You know, there wasn't much to it. It was just very straight up, very fun. Get around quick. I enjoyed that a lot. Um, and yeah, so I think that the other maps were kind of iffy. The jungle map, I think it's called Graventow or something. I'm not sure. I'll be honest. I like that one as well. Um, but the problem I really had with the maps was the snow map. Uh, I really hope that's not in the rotation for competitive. I would be mind blown if it was. In terms of like making a good map, that is the worst map I've ever played. Very open. You can tell it's built for 20v20, 14v14, whatever. But it was just not a good map. So, with that being said, it wasn't even good for sniping. Um, I sniping in this game is very weird. I feel like uh, the hit detection on PS4 is also really bad, so we don't really know how that'll play out on PC. But I imagine on the newer consoles it's probably a little bit better. But when you were running a sniper in lobbies where people were running all STGs and no one else was sniping, you don't really have a chance. Which I think is very bad. I hope there's a better sniper, I guess, than the ones that we saw. I couldn't even tell you what the name of them were because I was not paying attention to them at all, I'll be honest. But the 2 guns I saw used the most were the STG and the MP40. And then obviously once people got the bar, they started using that. The thing with the bar though is that it is very bouncy. I can't really see that being competitive, to be honest. It is a two shot to the head, which is absurd and will 100%, in my opinion, I don't think that comes into competitive play this year at all. Um, Another thing, a lot of people are complaining about the sight. I had a very hard time seeing on PS4, but I also kind of took it for what it was. We are on a console that's the game is not built for a PS4, so it's probably better on PC and PS5 and Xbox, whatever they came out with. But it's concerning because like the whole point of like or the whole like problem with COD, and I feel like this year we kind of saw it a little bit with Moscow and Cold War, the bus. You can really see through the bus. So the fact that we can't even see in the thing, like you're looking at something that should be very clear and you can't really see it, is kind of an issue. But then again, like the PS4 graphics are very bad, so there's not really much to take from it. I think. I think we just kind of have to play the PC beta and see the game on the console it was intended for, and see how it goes on there. But as far as the PS4 beta went, I think it went pretty smooth. Um, there was a few hiccups. I know people were saying that they couldn't use their dogs. I never had an issue. Um, I also think that some of the streaks are just kind of like it's weird. Some of the streaks are worse than we kind of seen in past games. Like the same streak is worse. And the biggest example I can think of would be the fact that the glide bomb is very slow. Can't really. It was hard to kind of adjust it. It's hard to explain. But you can really adjust it very much. So that's. I mean, that's. I think it's pretty concerning, considering the fact that it's kind of one of the staples in the World War II game that we had. And I wouldn't want another year where we didn't have score streaks. I feel like score streaks brings a new element to the game. It's just something we should have in COD in general. But with that being said, the last thing I want to talk about is the dead silence. So, initially I was concerned that we weren't going to have dead silence as a perk. And then I played the game, and I don't think it's that bad. And the reason I say that is because I didn't I also wasn't trying to kind of listen to people or sound whore or anything, but I didn't really hear a lot from the enemy team, I guess. And maybe that's how it was intended. I heard my teammates' footsteps a lot, but I think if you're not gonna have dead silence as a perk, I think they did a pretty good job in terms of making it to where it's not like MW where you can hear every single little thing and you gotta play with your headset cranked all the time. Um, but it's like I don't understand why it wouldn't be simpler. It should be easier for them to kind of put that as a perk. But I did end up using the dead silence perk towards the end of the time that I was playing. You, I didn't really think it did much. I also didn't get to use it very much. You can't really hear much. I had music on the whole time, but yeah. So that's kind of what I took away from it. Um, the last final thing that I forgot to talk about is the minimap. So we have Intel and we have UAVs. Now, I don't really know what the point in having Intel is compared to a UAV. I'd almost much rather just strap on a UAV. Um, but we should be able to see when enemies are firing, and I feel like that's something they need to fix if they want this game to be good competitive wise. So for the devs, I think that's probably one of the bigger things they need to get sorted before the game actually drops. Because I don't think people are going to be happy with that. I not even just competitive players. I think multiplayer players that just play pubs will not be happy with it. And the mini map's one of the biggest things in COD. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like. If you guys want to see some Vanguard gameplay, just comment down below, and we'll have some for you guys this weekend. Let me know what you guys thought about the beta. Um, Obviously there's mixed emotions as there is with almost anything COD does, but yeah. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.